You're listening to 5 Minutes of English with Laura Pickens, a short podcast about the way we actually talk, like for real. A compliment sandwich. Hi, my name's Laura. I'm an American living in Russia, and I work as a speaking coach. I take learners of the English language and I give them speaking practice and a chance for them to improve their abilities. In order to get better at speaking, one, I think it's about confidence. It's not necessarily all about the knowledge of grammar and vocabulary, but one thing that is helpful is understanding the mindset differences between Russian and English speaking cultures like America. This is a wonderful example of where our mindsets are very different. A compliment sandwich. If you knew nothing else about what it is, you would probably never even guess. Because a compliment sandwich is a technique used to give critical feedback. But it's called a compliment. It's not even called what it is because in our mindsets, we want to present things in a positive way, even if it makes it confusing what the message is. So let's look at where this came from. The compliment sandwich first came about in the 1980s as a managerial technique that was brought up by Mary Kay, a way to manage employees. But it grew in popularity and found its way into American classrooms, and that's where I first heard about it, probably even in elementary school. Yes, in American schools, we are taught communication, not just English and math and history, but how to speak and present. We are taught not to be so direct with people and not just say, I don't like what you did. We're going to put it into a compliment sandwich. And a compliment sandwich is this. We start with saying something nice, we give our criticism, and we finish with something nice. For example, I really like how clearly you presented your main idea. One thing to work on is slowing down your speech. Sometimes you're hard to follow, but overall, your energy and confidence really kept my attention. Do you see how many words it took to get to the point of you speak too fast? And I think that the Russian mentality would say, be direct, be clear, just say you speak fast. However, in American culture, if you speak this directly without any concern about how the person will take it and how they will feel, you will be considered rude. It will be considered insulting. It won't even be considered helpful. It will feel like an attack and nothing more. In American culture, when we present something with kindness, people are less defensive against it. They feel more like you're on their team and that you want to help them because without that context, it really just feels like an attack. How did we learn this mentality? Well, it does come from these managerial techniques that find their way into their classroom. It's about communication styles that continue to evolve and we find ways that to make people work better together. But yes, there is this unintended side effect that there is this expectation that all people will speak to us with kindness. But this expectation does continue into the workplace. I hear from many of my clients who are Russian-born, who move into foreign lands, especially working with native speakers of English, that they are considered rude and hard to work with, and it's because of their direct nature. Learning techniques like this is vital if you find yourself in an American or European company or one of the other English-speaking countries because there is this expectation of kind language, even if it dilutes the message and makes it more confusing. And we're not lying. The point too is it encourages the speaker to find positive things about the person that you're giving the feedback to. So it doesn't actually become an attack because mentally, if all you're saying is the negative, then that's all you're focusing on. You yourself can start to paint this picture of this person as an overall negative. So it's not just about the language that you use, the language that you hear. It's about building positive mindsets even within yourself. Is there valid criticism against things like the compliment sandwich? Absolutely there are. But it comes from a place of wanting to build support, motivation, and respect. That's all for today. If you want to speak better, you can come join me in my Telegram club where we have live speaking events all month long to get you involved, be part of the community, start speaking with me and others to help improve your English speaking. If you want to join the club, there is a link in the description. And with that, guys, I will see you in next week's episode.